Hi everyone, it's Al from Boston. How are you? It's 11 o'clock at night. I couldn't sleep. I was just thinking about some questions that I received today uh, from other Twitter followers I had, and I wanted to make this video and just kind of show you how I got into trading, what my tips and tricks are for folks that don't necessarily have an MBA, don't necessarily have a finance degree. Just common sense ways to watch possibly great stocks. I specialize mostly when I started doing investing in biotech. My dad had a background in biotech, and I had a really good understanding of how biotech works. You don't even need that. You just need to know when they file, who's on their board, and a bunch of other small things. Okay. So this is a website that I use. And you can use it after the AMC squeeze, of course, because we're going to the moon. And this is what you could probably do with some of your earnings. This is called Biopharma Catalyst. Now, this is a cool little website. This has a bunch of companies that are listed that are biotechs, right? And you can search for them. You can find biotech stocks, drug pipelines, database screeners, analyst reports, so on and so forth. I want to show you guys something, okay? This is how I have made tons of money. I'm going to give it to you for free. There's no cost for it. Just use it, be smart about it, and go on from there, right? Go to Biopharma Catalyst. And then the first thing I go to is I go to the FDA calendar, right? I look and see what's on the calendar this month. Okay, so I see that this ticker, APLT, Applied Therapeutics, biotech company's got a new drug out, right? It's in the first phases of being tested, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. And it was updated, that's up to 12/11. I think that's supposed to say 11/12 because that date hasn't come up yet. But interestingly enough, the price is $10.88. And let's say I wanted to vet this company. I would say I have money and I want to throw in and maybe see if there's going to be a price rise if there's an FDA approval. So one of the things I do is I first thing I do, I just copy and paste it and I just Google search it. I just boom, just like that, right? And I see that, there it is trading at $10.88. And the first thing I do, I click on Yahoo Finance, right? Why do I do that? Because I want to know who the holders are. I want to know who's already bought into this company, how many people and who. Okay, first thing I see, BlackRock, 72.72. That's Stevie Cohen's hedge fund. Vanguard. I see a bunch of smaller companies, Fidelity Portfolios. So they're holding it. They're holding 500,000 shares. These guys are all holding millions of shares of this company. I think this is a company that I'm interested in. This is they got big boys in the game, right? So I'm going to make another video to teach you how to read the types of financial statements that are out there. I don't want to go through them now because it'll take forever and a day to do, but I will show you how to read the three types of financial statements later on and to make sense of all what they have in terms of debt, stock, equity, all that stuff. And I'll make sure that you learn all this stuff. It's going to be really simple, broken down, right? But let's go to the company's website, okay? Applied Therapeutics, $10.88. Let's hit the website. Okay, great. Applied Therapeutics is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company developing a pipeline of novel drug candidates against validated molecular targets and indicators of unmet medical need. I have no idea what the hell that means. I have no idea, right? I know that whatever they're making is a treatment for a company called galactostomia, which is a rare pediatric metabolic disease, right? So that means as a kid, you're not, you got something wrong with your metabolic system. Probably a moneymaker. It's a novel drug, right? It's a pipeline of novel drug candidates. What that means is these are rare diseases that they're targeting, trying to find cures for, which means this is going to be a hot ticket item. It means when they sell the drugs, it's going to be worth a lot of money for each dosage, right? So those are novel. Those are unique. Those have money. And more importantly, they have patents. That's the key to these things. If they have a patent pending and you can, and you can look it up, and under Google or whatever and see if this company has any patents going on hey, you can jump on board with that. That's a great little thing. But look, they carry newborns, infant, toddlers. This is the stuff that they carry, or in terms of the life stages for drugs that they carry. That's everybody, full spectrum, right? They have an all-star staff. This is the CEO, Shoshana Shendelman. Let's take a look at her. Look at her. Wow, okay. CEO. Where did she go to school? Let's see where she went to school. Biotherapeutics in 2016. She's a CEO, blah, 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 blah. She has a background in this strategy company, a boutique life sciences consulting firm, PhD in cellular, look at this, cellular, molecular, and biophysical studies from Columbia University. That, look at this, Columbia University Medical Center and Columbia University Villegas College of School of Pharmacy. That's the CEO that you want. You want to find CEOs and C-level executives that have Ivy League backgrounds. This is how I make sure that my guys, or whatever I pick, they have backgrounds, they're all stars, they're meat eaters or alphas, whatever. This is the kinds of people I look for. So Shendelman has got a Columbia degree. She's got a PhD in the sciences. She seems to look pretty smart from what I can tell from her background. And let's see who else she's got on board. I want to see the chief financial officer. Okay. The CEO and the chief financial officer are probably the two most important roles in a company's success. Yes, the chief medical officer is very, very good. The marketing guy is also great, whatever. But the chief financial officer and the CEO are the two most important things in my book. So let's look at Silberstein here. Okay. He's got an MD, great, MBA, even better, he's got a CFA, and he's one of the co-founders, I think. Yeah. Another Columbia guy. Look, Columbia Business School. He went to Columbia. He was an analyst at JP Morgan Asset Management, right? So look at this, Albert Einstein School of Medicine. I mean, that's a winner in my book, okay? So what are we doing? What does this all mean, okay? What does this all mean? Okay, we find out that the CEOs and the chief financial officer are both C-level executives that have gone to Ivy League schools that have great backgrounds, right? So you know it's being led right. We know that the stuff that they're making, the actual drugs that they're making, are very novel, even better, wonderful. They're making really interesting drugs that treat drugs like galactoctosemia, or whatever the hell it is, a rare pediatric metabolic disease, right? So we're seeing that they have some really great features. Now, we don't know where they got the money to start this with, right? We know that they're probably in debt in the beginning. They're probably not cash flow positive, but the fact that they're doing these novel things and the fact that they're on this website and with an FDA filing, a Food and Drug Administration filing to treat this disease, tells me that they're on the way of being profitable. And look, they probably already have drugs already in the pipeline right now, or drugs that are currently being sold, which is great. And the fact that it's reasonably priced at $10.88 tells me that this is a company that I would invest in. Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. Let's do it. Boom. Got it. I bought some. All right. Let's pretend I did that. Now let's go to another company. Let's go to this company right here. HGen. We'll do one more and we'll just kind of talk about whatever else. HGen. $6.11. Humanigen. HGen. Let's talk about them. Let's see what they do. Okay, 611 Humanigen. And go to Yahoo Finance. What do? We go to holders. Let's see who's holding this. Wow, all stars. State Street Corp, which is right down the street from me. BlackRock, Vanguard, all the big heavy hitters. UBS is involved. A bunch of big, smaller firms. Heavy hitter is State Street though, which here in Boston is a big company. It's a heavy hitter for us. So we are seeing that this company has some of the big investment banks and funds backing it up. We see they have got doctors, a bunch of them, you know. Let's see who Dr. Cameron Durant is, chairman and CEO, and he gets his paycheck and everything. This young guy. So CEO of Cameron Durant. Oh, you know what? I don't think I can use this. I think I have to go back and pay for it. I'm not going to do that. Let's go back to here. Let's just go right there. CEO company. Okay. So Serial Biotech. So this guy he's an older gentleman, and he's got a bunch of experience. Merck, GlaxoSmithKline, Pharmacia, J&J, that's Johnson & Johnson, launched 5 blockbusters during his career, including antivirals. This is a meat eater. This is an alpha. This is a guy that knows what the hell's going on, right? And Dale Chappelle, which is the younger brother of Dave Chappelle. I don't know who this guy is, but he's got obviously a tremendous background, publications in T-cell therapy, immunology, pathways, whatever. These are all great things. And he was an advisor he was a founder of the Black Horse Capital Advisors, somebody that does actually invest in biotech. Wonderful. So we're seeing some really smart people, Chief Medical Officer, tremendous experience. Eli Lilly, Roche, Baxter. These are all the big names. AstraZeneca, Sanofi, Roche, Calgene, So we're seeing people that have great experience in brand companies that gives me confidence, that inspires confidence in me, right? But what are we looking for? We're looking for certain, like backgrounds, like universities. Where do they go to school? That's important to us, right? We want to know where they went to school. Let's see if we can't find that. Nothing there. Let's see. Nothing. I don't see it. But that's, you see what I'm saying, right? You see the point that I'm making. We want to make sure that, here we go, J&J. Cameron Durant, probably the same guy, yep. And we still can't get his decrease. Oh, well. Looks like Mr. Drink gets a pass today. But, what we're seeing, though, is a really smart guy. And he's got an all-star team, right? Will we pick him for that price point, $6.11? Maybe, maybe not. What are they doing? Let's take a look. They've got one for COVID-19. Would you look at that? Phase 3, late-breaking results presented as CHEST annual meeting demonstrated an improvement in the likelihood of survival without ventilation. So this is an antiviral drug at $6.11. Phase 3, going to get approved to be presented in abstracts in the British Thoracic Society Winter Meeting 21. So that just happened 2 days ago. And look at this, tremendous. This is a COVID drug. It could beat that new variant that just came out. Nobody knows, but hey, that's a winner in my book. I would buy that. I would absolutely buy that. And these lists just keeps on going, and so on and so forth. Listen, what I'm trying to tell you is this, right? When you go to these companies and you purchase the stock, you look for these things. You look for a CEO that's competent, got a background in the Ivies, who's got extensive experience. You got chief financial officer, who's got even more experience. He's got worked at a bunch of different companies, doing a bunch of different financial related jobs. And you look for novelty, something new, something fresh. If this guy's coming out with a new drug that treats this, that's different. It's a different way of application of the science. Great, wonderful. Let's say you treated headaches a certain way, right? Let's say how about this? I'll give you an example. Let's say you got a headache. Normally you take a Tylenol, you take like an ibuprofen, and it's anti-inflammatory, right? So anything that's inflamed in your brain or whatever, it's causing this to give you pain. It treats it and it makes it go away. Let's say I come out with a new drug that takes your liver and it secretes a protein or some kind of bullshit, and it travels all the way up to your brain. This drug activates this secretion from your liver, and all of a sudden cures you of your headache. That's novel. That's a new way of curing it, right? And there could be what's called black box applications. What that means is the drug can treat more than one disease, right? So that's something new, okay? So that's one part of the website. Now, this is how I make quick money, right? Please, I'm going to show you the next couple. This is how I make fast money. This is the FDA. Actually, that's not it. I'm sorry. These are just meetings. The IPO calendars, okay? So what we saw was what we just looked at was the FDA calendar when they're in the stages of approval. So that way, you get your money ready to purchase those stocks when they're about to go, so you put your tickler on, and as soon as that thing gets approved or you see a date where you think it might get approved, you buy that stock now, and then you hold on to it until such time where, boom, you make a little bit of money from it. So let's talk about IPO, initial public offering. Okay, Same exact thing, right? So we can't use this one. Let's just take a look. NVCT, Nuvectis Pharma. Okay, let's look. Okay, so that is a newly formed company. Let's see who they are, what they're all about. That can't be right. That's not the same company. Let's look at this. Okay, here we go. Boom. So the thing you're looking for is the pipeline. That's the number of drugs that are coming out with. And a bunch of these companies are based out of New Jersey and San Francisco. Those are like the two hot spots that I noticed. Okay, so they got 2 drugs in the pipeline, NXP 800, NXP 900. Let's look at the management team, right? This is an oncology company. This company treats cancer. Look, oncology means cancer. Where'd it go? Therapies for drug. Yeah, right here. This is an oncology company. This is a different way to cure cancer. Okay, so let's look at the management team. 20 years experience in biotech. So the CEO of Urigen Pharma. You want to make sure when you look at these companies, if they're listed, see if they're still involved, see if they're still around, or they've been acquired. Like, look at this company. He was a CEO of Kirk's Biopharmaceuticals. It was acquired by Akebia Therapeutics, who was an investment banker in Tel Aviv, Israel. He served on the board of directors, just a bunch of stuff. So he's got an economics degree from Hebrew University, an MBA from New York Stern. Pretty good. Not bad. I mean, none of them are Ivy, but still very, very good. New York Stern is a great MBA program. And this guy's an economics guy. Real smart. He's a smart man. Who else do we have? Enrique Poradasu, PhD. So there's our doctor. Another guy from Israel. These guys are from Israel, I think. They're all coming from Israel. So same company. They work together. Kirk's Biopharmaceuticals, rather. And okay, seems like a smart guy. Knows what he's doing. And the last guy, Shay Shamesh, and he's the development officer. Let's see where this guy's been. Also from Israel, 14 years experience, holds a master's in biotechnology. So he's your scientist, making the drugs, making things happen. He's like almost like an ops guy, developing these drugs. And look at this, multidisciplines. I like seeing stuff like that. Multidisciplinary development teams. That's when you take 10 different facets of technology, medicine, marketing, whatever, and put them all together and create a company. Those guys like him are valuable. You want guys like them on your team, okay? Now, let's look at 800, and then we'll see what kind of drugs that they're building. So they have all the science stuff. I don't know what any of this means, right? But what I do know is they're going IPO, and they're probably going to have a certain X amount of dollars and whatnot. Now, they don't have an all-star team. They don't, right? What we can do is we can try to find them and see who the holders are. Let's see who the holders are. NVCT stock. That's not it. Okay, here we go. Let's see who these guys are held by. Okay, so no one's holding them. They're going direct. They're getting listed in the stock exchange. They're not doing an actual IPO. Kind of concerning a little bit. Maybe this will get updated in a few days. But usually you want to see the stuff we saw before. So maybe not the company we want to invest in. Maybe we sit back and we follow up later on with some more research to see if that gets filled. So that's one company we're not going to go in. How about this one? This one's already got an IPO price, $10, current price. It was already featured. Actually, what IPO'd on the 12th. Journey Medical Group. It went up. It was starting at $10. It went down. I think people probably started shorting it. $8.25. It's a negative return. Or how about this one? $13. 5 after this first day, $16. The current price is $17, and you get a 33% return. Not bad, right? So these are the companies that you can look at and see how well they do, and you can create patterns in your head just to see if how it all works out. But look, if the company's good, they're going to start shorting it real quick. That's just what I've seen. That's just what I've seen so far. Look at this. Maine's Biomed. IPO to $5. After the first day, it went up to $10. Current price, 10.15. Not bad. 100%. You know, $5, cheap, right? You can make fast money doing this if you're smart. If you're smart, you're going to be all right. You look for a company, you find that company, you do your research, and it's fast turnaround. You drop that on IPO day, you let it squirt, it shoots up to $5-10, whatever, like this one right here goes up to $10, and you exit your position, you dump it. You do that because you don't want to. I mean, unless that company is like doing next gen stuff, don't worry about it. I wouldn't hold on to them. But let's say, one guy comes up with a new heart medication that cleans out plaques in your heart. Let's say you do buy it at $5. And those companies don't debut at $5. They debut at much higher, like 50, 60, maybe more. But if you buy some and it goes up and then it comes crashing down, you can buy it on the dip, buy the dip. I think you know that, buy the dip. So those are some of the techniques I use. You don't have to be an MBA to figure this stuff out. A lot of it's common sense. You don't have to have all this other stuff going on you think you need. But these are common sense things that I use when I make an evaluation. Yes, I do a bunch of fundamental research, and I do go much more in depth. But I want you to get an idea of what you're looking for when you're doing your research. We'll do fundamentals another night, but this is how I do it. This is my trick. I hope you gain some value from this. I hope you realize that these things are to help you. This isn't a gambling thing. You have to be smart. You have to be calculated, and you have to be quick. If you're going to stay in the company, stay in the company. Don't look at it all the time. If you're going to be an exiting that day, after you make the purchase, exit that day. Don't look back at it. Get your price, get your nut, get out. And don't look back at it unless you're going to go buy back in. Then you're whatever. But this is the company. This is the website, biopharmacatalyst.com, the calendar section, and you can make quick money this way after the squeeze. You can take whatever you have from the squeeze and do pretty well with it. And you don't have to be. Look at this. They have biopharmaceutical companies every fucking day, just about. Look at these. There's 2 on 1 days. And it's just, let's see who's got the biggest return. These are all negative returns. Look at this. Karuna Therapeutics, $16. Now it's $134.65. It debuted on the 28th. That is what I call a fucking return. Holy shit. That's what I'm talking about. Then look at this company. $5 debuts, $34, 500% return. Excuse me. So I hope you learned something. I hope you like my little trick, and I hope you gain value, like I said, and I hope you use it to make yourself some money. It's Al from Boston. If you like this video, share it amongst your friends, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.